What the fuck is happening with your dog?
I don't know. I think she's jonesing, man. So it's like when she got sick in Budapest, they gave her steroids. And now I have to wean her off the steroids. And so she is shaking and she's panting. And you can see, look at these eyes. I'm holding a pill. She's like, give me the pill. I want the pill.
Whoa.
So I'm giving her the fucking pill 2 hours early and hoping that she'll stop this because it looks unpleasant.
Yeah.
And she's very excited.
See, Wallace doesn't want pills, but he knows when I get pills out, he might get a treat in order to trick him into eating the pills.
Well, yeah, so what I'm doing, I'm putting it in peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
I'm a drug dealer right now.
When we talk about babbling, shaking, begging for pills to make anxiety go away, people often think about the year 2025. And that's what we have come to the end of here on this show. And so we will do what we always do, our annual tradition. And that is to go through, we will each select one random date. We'll go back in time and we will tell you the 3 topics that we were talking about way back then. Jen, pick a date, any date throughout this year.
So I remember at the beginning of last year, it was the 4 times Trump was not the president. So I'd really like to know the first, let's see, what would be the Wednesday after New Year's? Like, what was that Happy Days topic?
January 4th, January 5th, January 3rd. I can keep
sometime in January.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's find archive. There we go. All right, we have the 8th or the 15th. Which one do you want to go with?
Let's do the 8th. Because the 15th was probably something about the inauguration, but the 8th.
Congestion pricing taking effect in New York City was our top topic there. And Meta ending the fact-checking era. We also, in our bonus episode, did the global traffic scorecard. Classic Patreon topic. Really just designed for us to bullshit.
I love those.
Any of those that we want to retackle? Jen, I'll tell you what. I got to say, I think I was probably anti-congestion pricing. It has gone into effect no matter what the president has had to say about it. And I have not heard as much complaining and bitching from New Yorkers who complain and bitch at an internationally potent level about this. And I have seen more signs that there are, less smog or whatever. So I got to say, this one was not the cacophony of complaints that I was expecting. And you were on the right side on this one.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I think it's worked. And my kind of barometer for this stuff is Kevin Clancy of Barstool. And I remember for like a hot second, they were thinking about taking the congestion pricing away. And he was furious because he was saying that since it went into effect, his commute was cut to like nothing. And they were going to bring back his 2-hour commute. And he's like, how dare you do this? And so he was actually really into it. And that's really the only time I've heard of it was someone who was really angry when they thought about taking it away. So
a privileged person who makes a lot of money saying, please don't let these pores ruin my commute.
That's a fair point because he does have a ton of money. He can pay whatever the toll is. But like you said, like even New Yorkers without a lot of money, they have TikTok and Instagram, and I just haven't seen any kind of fury about it. Because I think a lot of the poors are taking public transportation anyway. So
well, the argument would be, if all of a sudden something isn't as viable as it would have been otherwise, then there are just kind of silent deaths of things that would otherwise happen. But yeah, I mean, I would agree with your sentiment. I do think that this wound up working out more than I thought it was going to be. Although there is the other side of it, which is that It's not like New York City has ever had a problem with just taxing something more and saying that they've achieved, that they've achieved something. So
But
maybe
I
this is just
think
another step there.
the traffic kind of speaks for itself. When you have traffic,
There is
one
less
day-
traffic. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, this is something you can physically see. So that's just not something that can be, bullshitted. It's not just numbers. It's people are experiencing life in New York different.
Heaton, what's your take?
This is a great topic because it's an abstract one I can apply theory to that doesn't affect me. So all in favor of it. Congestion pricing makes sense to me. It's a Pagelian tax, right? However you say that, where you've got too much of a thing. Yeah, a Pagelian tax, and I'm probably butchering the pronunciation here, is you've got too much of something you don't want, so you tax it. It's like taxing a negative externality. You've got too much traffic at particular times, and so you increase the cost of doing it in order to flatten the curve. It makes sense to me. So I thought this was a good solution to a problem that they've got, and didn't have any big issue with it. And I, too, have not found that it's been nearly as big. I did have friends that were grumbling about it in New York when it was up for debate. But it tended to be people that were outside of New York that were commuting in more than people that were in it. Most of my friends that live in New York do take public transit. And the people that I know that don't take public transit are taking like private cars and things. It doesn't affect them as much. So it made sense to me. I think it got subsumed very rapidly into larger conversations about the mayoralty in New York City and all of the fun topics that were dovetailed into that. But yeah, it makes sense to me.
Studies have shown about an 11% drop in vehicle volume in the congestion zone in the first 6 months. A report by Governor Kathy Hochul and the MTA found the traffic is down throughout the New York City region. And reports indicate reduced delays, aka traffic delays, down 25% inside the zone and 9% region-wide, meaning traffic flow has improved. And I guess really the only kind of downstream is like, all right, if you're making it more expensive to get in, are you affecting tourism in any way? But then again, who would come to the tri-state area and not go into the city, right? Like the point is
plus
getting
like
into
I
the
think
city.
it's also like you're gonna compel people to do a couple of different things. It's either going to get people to not go into the city, but that seems less likely. It makes you go, am I willing to go at this particular time and pay an extra $5? Or do I modify when I go? So for tourism, it might just be that they end up having the buses come earlier or later. And it doesn't actually change the overall pattern, but it gets people to go at times that are more opportune to the flow of traffic.
But I mean, I've been to New York a bunch of times. I've flown in and I've come from Boston. Never once have I brought a car. I've always taken either like the megabus or the train or some kind of transportation from the airport. Like I've never been someone
and that's
who's
a
bringing
smart
a
move
vehicle.
because you're talking about a place that has such horrible traffic that bank robbers leave on foot. That's how bad the traffic is in New York City. Like when I lived there, I rented a car twice. Once I was going out of town for something, like some party, and then once I went camping with some friends. And just to leave the city, like just to get to the outer bounds of the city, takes like an hour. So it's kind of like you're entering like you're entering a transportation nexus when you enter New York City. Like I would not. I drive regularly. I drive here in Virginia. I drove when I was in Texas. I would not want to drive through New York if I could anyway avoid doing so. I don't.
So that's why I don't think this would affect tourism because that's not how tourists are getting into New York City.
I think it would more likely affect people that are commuting, that live in New Jersey and come into the city. And I understand why there'd be umbrage there of, look, I have to live in Longshank, New Jersey, and I drive in, and now the New Yorkers are going to charge me an extra $10 for the privilege of working in their city. I get why people would be irritated by that. But yeah, I agree. I doubt it would really affect tourism. Plus, visiting New York as a tourist is an expensive proposition, regardless of whether or not you're going to pay an extra $2 on your megabus ticket from DC. New York has like an oxygen tax. You just spend money being in New York. It's a frightfully expensive place. So I don't think most tourists that go there are really penny pinching that much when they go to that city. Otherwise, they'd probably be more economic with their tourism in general.
I agree.
We have anything on Meta ending the fact-checking system and going to community notes? Have we found Instagram or Facebook to be different places if there is not an official fact checker designation?
Actually,
I literally forgot they ever did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Can I ask you, what are your habits with social media? Like, I got a message on Facebook that was actually very pertinent that I should have responded to, and I got it in March, and I don't check Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, and I responded. I was like, hey, like, it was like I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. Please email me or WhatsApp me because it's a British friend.
I don't even remember meeting this woman you call your mother. Please don't contact me.
Yeah. Like, get in line, lady. Or like I'm not on Instagram that much. I like Instagram best of the various social media platforms because it seems the least hateful of the mediums that I can peruse.
Really?
Oh no, my stuff's all like dogs doing funny shit and comedy videos. Like for a while there was an epidemic of twerking, but I purged that because I was afraid I was going to be on an FBI watch list. So I went in and like, nope, get rid of all that shit. And then just looked at the comedy videos and the dogs. That's it.
This
now.
is on
and then,
TikTok or Instagram?
No, on Instagram. I got rid of TikTok. I don't want to be on a list. So no, I'm just on Instagram. But even then, I'm probably on Instagram maybe like I don't know, once a month, maybe. And then I'll go on Twitter, and I don't know why I keep doing that because I feel like Twitter has become less useful in terms of guest acquisition and in terms of banter with journalists. So it's just this like online slap. I don't even know why I'm bothering to check
It's
on
hell.
it at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still the best for breaking news, but it is certainly, there's no happy place on the internet.
Sora.
Sora's
fun.
Yeah. Sora, you can just disappear into the fucking abyss of whatever, of pure imagination.
Why?
But
I haven't checked Sora in a month now. I've been on Twitter like every other day. I don't go on it long, but I'll be like, on the metro or something, and I'll check it briefly. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Like I'm just like, look, oh, people are angry again. Oh, good, glad I know that.
There was a great
Whereas
thing
Sora,
on
like
Sora.
there's people making funny videos of you and me, Justin. We can. I apologize, everybody that's been contributing.
There was a great trend on Sora where they were just doing like Macy's Day Parade, like as if it was like 90s Macy's Day Parade footage, but of movies that would have definitely never had Macy's Day Parade floats. So it's like, and now the new thriller from John Carpenter, The Thing. It's just like them like doing a little dance.
Yeah. American Beauty. Look, there's Kevin Spacey.
Yes. That's so
funny.
great.
Yeah,
So
no, that's what social media should be. Social media should be a way for you to stay in contact with people and dick around on the internet. And it's turned into everybody's running a one-man media company in order to editorialize. And best case scenario, you get retweeted by Burger King. Worst case scenario, you get canceled and your life is ruined. It's a hellscape.
Yeah.
I
do think
Instagram
that
to
we're-
be the only one I engage with. It's kind of mellow. I don't go on it that much. I never check Facebook. I'm done with Twitter. I just don't use social media that much anymore. It's not adding anything. And like, I think we mentioned this on one of our previous episodes, but I feel like I'm supposed to do social media for my job, but it is a second job. And if I'm not willing to go all in, what's the point of doing it at all? So I've just decided to not do it at all and focus on making the best content I can possible for my podcast.
This is one of the things I need to work on in 2026 is at the very least, I need to be better about like putting clips up and it might just be an automated thing. I think so. I mean, like all of the data indicates that everything is turning into video. Like the growth in podcasts is not in audio form. The growth in podcasts is in video form, particularly for anybody younger. And it would seem to be a place that I'm potentially leaving money on the table, just not by having it like automatically cut stuff and put it up there. But I guess on my end, like I think the creative trap that all creative people get into is we just want to make the thing. We just want to make the thing. Like I just want to write cool monologues. That's all I want to do. And like make comedy specials, right? But
I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day.
Yeah, I want to bang on the drum. And the reality is that part of the work is advertising. It's expansion, right? That's part of the job. And I'm bad at that. I need to get better at that and figure out how to expand the show rather than just double down on quality.
Well, having gone to podcast movement this year, pretty much all independent podcasters are seeing their numbers just flat in a way that they weren't before. So this is something we're all going through. And when it comes to video podcasting, we're still having an issue where people make the jump from podcasting to video, but what video gives you is a entirely new audience. It's a different medium. So it's not helping you grow your podcast. It is you are now doing a video and a podcast. And it is a lot more work. It's a different beast. There's still algorithm, like the foundation of it is still not something that you control. So you still have to like try and figure out these opaque algorithms. It's a different thing. So for me right now, and like I might completely change this, but where I'm at right now is that my business is in audio podcasting. So I am still focused on that. I'm not going to try and serve three masters by doing video, audio, and social media. Like that is 3 jobs. I'm pretty busy with the one I have, and I'm being compensated enough. You know, I'm not making millions. I don't think I ever will, but like I'm comfortable. So I don't really know.
But I always
is expansion that important? I'm not
just
sure.
sell feed pics. That's way easier.
Yeah.
For you.
Well, I also could just do OnlyFans.
But there's this little niggling thing I have in the back of my mind that's like, what if the train stops? What if my audience ages out? I don't know, right? So I'm like, I want to make sure that I am an active participant in the incoming part of the churn, rather than letting entropy take the body. It hasn't happened yet. I'm not complaining. I've got a great life. I've got a great career, but there is a part of me that worries that like I'm going to be caught flat foot in 10 years. And so I want to stay ahead of the game. It's part of why I keep playing around with all the AI stuff, just so I know what's going on.
I just don't like, I have those same exact feelings, like the rug's going to get pulled out from under me, but I don't know how much of that is real and how much of that is anxiety, because so far I've been doing this for 13 years and my audience hasn't gone anywhere. It's very slowly increased the past few years. Like everybody else who's in independent podcasting, it's been flat, but you know, this show's doing well. Congressional Dish is doing well. The rug is still there and it's been a decade and a half. So it's like the evidence is
it's true.
We're fine. But the anxiety is if I'm not growing, I'm dying. Yeah. So I don't know.
You're right about the video algorithm thing. So like this year, I didn't do it consistently, but I started probably posting half the episodes I did on YouTube, and the numbers are abysmal. Like it's almost like anybody that searches me will see the YouTube numbers and go, "Oh, this is nothing." Is it? No, that's not where the audience is. The audience is all audio. But even then, the video that unquestionably did the best, the 2 videos that did best for me this year. One was me talking to Sebastian Younger about his near-death experience, which was a great chat, but also somewhat ephemeral to the usual beat of the show. And then the other one that did great, if we're looking at the numbers, was I did a historical episode on the 2 times America invaded Canada. We invaded it once at the beginning of the Revolutionary War. We invaded it during 1812. And I think there might have been a third incursion that I don't get into. I thought it was a really fun historical monologue. I would like to learn more about Canada. It was kind of an on-road for me to learn about our northern neighbors. And I've always since I was a kid, I was always really curious. Why was it the 13 colonies and Canada? Like, why were they not the 14th colony? That was intriguing to me. People hated that. It got on some Canadian hate list. And it's like on YouTube, the numbers are like 300 or 400 views on a normal video. That one was 10,000 views. And I would say 90% of the comments were, "Fuck you, you fucking American." I mean, they were enraged that I, as an American, would dare I messed up on a couple of I think fairly minor details, but just me trying to infer, going from where I'm at, it looks like back then, like Canada, we talk about Canada, we're really talking about Quebec, and the other Canadian provinces weren't really provinces yet. They weren't really full-fledged colonies yet. It was really just Quebec. And man, did I touch a hornet's nest. And it was like, okay, all right.
They're very angry, the Canadians. They're very, very angry. They're an angry people.
They're
basically like the fucking Europeans of North America. They're just like narrow-eyed, fucking jealous little broke fucking gnomes.
Are a troll. Speaking of gnomes.
You know what?
Canadians and Europeans, you should know that he is trolling me right now because I enjoy all of your company.
If they were so fucking good, why can't they win a Stanley Cup?
Stop it.
You
know what? Go the fuck ahead. You have to read all the emails. Canada, go get them.
When I spoke to Jason Pargin
they know they can't hurt me.
On my show, Jason Pargin kicked off the episode by kindly complimenting me and being like, "I just want to compliment anybody that's an independent content creator who's not going for rage bait, because that's how you get it." And like, I am aware if I made my YouTube presence shitting on Canada, that would it would skyrocket. I would become the funny anti-Canada guy, and I would get. I don't want to do it.
I know.
But I know that that's in the back pocket if I ever needed to get a bunch of views.
And that's the thing, for you and I,
we've had these. All right, because we've had this conversation a million times about how we'd all be fucking rich and powerful if we just sold out to the dark side.
But we're bitter.
Can I ask this though? Have we thought that it is a different skill set? One for which not only do we not have for moral reasons, which I don't doubt any of us, but also that like it is just a different way to look at content creation to chase rage. We believe we can do it, but maybe we couldn't. Maybe it's just a skill we do not have.
Oh, I think I'm an asshole. I think I have it. I think I like try every day, all day to not say horrible things about people in Congress.
What would be your like, all right, Angry Jen, we're packaging it up for mass consumption. What is your first episode to like just set the fucking tone?
I think it's obvious that I go full libtard. Like that's the only option for me.
Jen, I'm going to say this. If you hosted a show called Going Full Libtard with Jen Briney, I would watch it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I could do this.
Hello, Libtard Nation. It's your high priestess, Jen Briney here.
Yeah. Tell me that's not a hit. Tell me being mean to people is not a hit.
It's like a crowded field, though. Have you seen some of the people that have like the top Substacks? Like there's no conservatives there. It is all people that are full. Like you would have to go more libtard than them. And they are like unfucking hinged.
But I still think that I could do what I do, providing the show notes and just doing basically congressional dish, but by going full partisan, really mean, pulling out all the most inflammatory clips, which right now I leave all of that on the cutting room floor. Like I don't go for those. I try and do substance. If I did the exact opposite, these people are not grabbing all of the clips from Congress. They're getting whatever they get from like the news. Yes. But I think that I have much more knowledge of what goes on in there. I think it's far loonier than anybody knows. And so I do think that if I did that, I would, first of all, I would get those people's attention and I would probably get invited on their shows because I
get
am
on their shows because you're the congressional lady. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm a crazy person and like that's great content. So it's like, I think it would make me in their conversation more, mainly because they start off talking shit and then they want to get me on their show. That's like how it works. So, I mean, I see this path and I see it clearly, but it would ruin my soul. I would just feel bad about the work that I do. So
New Year's resolution. What do you say? We all break bad. We all do. All right, Heaton, what is evil Heaton? What is the evil Heaton episode?
If I'm going to drop the Canada shtick, which seems to be like a market opportunity, but if I'm going to drop that, it would be
the goal is all right. Here's if we're not recording this. This is all us sitting together.
Yeah,
we're going to do 1 year where we ruin our brands, and the winner is the one who makes the most money. What are we doing? What is if we're going to sell out? We're trying to sell out in a big fucking way.
Can I change mine? Because I have to do mine, but I do it on OnlyFans wearing no shirt. I think I'd crush y'all.
Okay. So you're adding
nudity.
You are the libtard who fucks.
No, not fucks, but just tells you about Congress.
No. The brand. You have titties out. Yeah. But there's a sexual component to it.
But I would make people
Donald
pay
Trump
for
is
the
Hitler
OnlyFans.
And also look at my titties.
Yeah. So it's like for regular people, you get the audio version, but you'd have to pay me to see me do this without my shirt on. And you guys can't do that because you ain't got them titties.
I have a substantial gay audience. I'm just going to say. Like,
so would you do full dong? Is that what you're saying?
They don't have kids. A lot of them. Like they have money to spend.
Okay. So you're going to steal my idea. Is that what you're saying? I'm
just saying.
You're going to wear that Hugh Hefner jacket that you're wearing right now and like open it up for the people who pay?
We haven't gotten to mine yet. Heaton, what is your evil Heaton scheme?
I would like to cash in on OnlyFans, but the reason that I'm wearing a 3-piece suit right now is because I am built like a meerkat, and I'm pretty sure me doing a topless show would just I don't think there's a market for me there. I've got enough humility. Probably if I'm just going cash out, I would go as funny as I could MAGA. There are funny people that are in MAGA, but I don't think they're doing long form content. Like it's more like me. I find a lot of MAGA humor tends to be more meme heavy. I don't think that there's as much like funny audio or funny video of like, we're going to put together whole sketches. We're going to do that kind of thing. That doesn't seem to be something there. If I were to do that, I think I could probably cash in. Although back to your earlier point though, Justin, I think you're right. I don't think I can do it. And I don't even mean this as like a high-handed statement of internal integrity. I'm just wired as such. I don't like people to not like me. I don't like people hating me. I'm getting better at it as I read YouTube comments, but my default state is not one that wants to provoke people. I am naturally to my detriment, an avoidant person who wishes to avoid uncomfortable topics and try to get everybody placid. That's the default state I have. So I think I would always be working contrary to my nature, even if I had no moral scruples about it. I don't think I'd actually be very good at it in terms of just personality orientation.
Do you think that you could do MAGA humor?
If I were to really tap into it, yeah. So like we're assuming that I got no qualms about just like my ideology, my personal viewpoint's really not important.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I think it could.
But like, do you get them enough to be able to like go down their dark rabbit hole? Like
are you making sketches about Big Mike?
So, I think what I would do under this situation is I would tap into my inner red state populist, and I would make fun of the elites, anybody that snubbed me over the last 20 years or didn't let me into their fancy club. I would make fun of blue states. I don't know. I think
and that skanky libtard that takes her shirt off for money.
Yeah. I would do like an ongoing like titty review of your show. It would be just biting and really bad. Yeah, I think that there would be something there because there's like there's some overlap, right? But I'm not going to do it, but I think I could tap into that if I really wanted to.
Well, it's basically acting. We would both have to be acting because we're just not like that in real life. So I mean, that's
you think IMO about everybody that does do this.
Oh, we were at the RNC. I met these fuckers. Like some of these people straight up admitted that they do it for the algorithm. So yeah. Oh, I know they're acting.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think you can have some separation when you can tell yourself, like, I don't actually believe these things. I'm not this person. This is my character, and I do it for work.
Just not use my name. From now on, I'm Jack Snogman. Jack Snogman. And no, I'm not going to do masturbation. I'm not going to sink that low. I'll do like 3 masturbation jokes a year. No, I'll be, but not as a headline. No, I'll be Jack Snogman, and I'll be red state pugilist. I can't use that term though.
I don't know what they see. That's the thing. You also use these like smart words. That doesn't
exactly.
work.
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't know if you are this version of CPAC. I think you're a version of CPAC that faded away sometime.
I could be Romney's funny hatchet man.
Yeah, if Romney went MAGA, that might be a lane for you. I had an idea a while ago that I wanted to do a debate show where it was 2 masked men and I'd be
the
both
Lucha
of
Libre
them.
one.
Yeah, Lucha Libre debate show, but I would just like, cause I believe I'm better at partisan debates than people who partisanly debate for a living. Like I would just debate myself and I would, and then I'd get booked on various other shows as each character. And I told this to my audience and they reacted like viscerally that like, and even sometimes when I've done this where I've like tried to speak from a point of view, my audience is like, they like screech like in a movie where you disrupt a hive mind and they're just like, like that's like my audience. They just don't like me even with bass in my voice saying things that are partisan. Like they hate it. It fucking grates them. So like if I were to do it, it would be me either doing some fucking bullshit high concept nonsense like that, or it would be just, I don't know. It would probably, I guess lately now, I mean, because
It's kind of like, which character do you think you could
well,
play?
I mean, like, I don't know. I guess it would be on the MAGA side. I think I would be a better MAGA pundit than Heaton.
I agree.
I would start by calling Heaton a rhino. That would be my first thing. It's like when Heaton went MAGA, I'd be like, this fucking rhino cuck, fucking get out of here. Fuck him. Like, you're almost as bad as the titty fucking libtard bitch.
Yeah, I think you could be a mean MAGA pretty easily, actually, if you wanted to. I think you could make a lot of money.
I think I could be mean lib guy too. The problem is that like, the problem is I would have to be mean. I would be like mean Ezra Klein type.
Yeah.
Or mean like Derek
I'd probably
Thompson
be
type.
better
I
as
don't
a
think
mean-
I'd be able to be mean, mean progressive type because like I
That's more
cannot keep up
snotty.
with the progressive purity. Like
Well, yeah,
it's more- it's more,
you would get
snotty
canceled
and-
immediately by these people.
Yeah.
You would say something that you find funny that probably is extremely funny, and they would get offended and they would hate you forever. Where MAGA, it's just like, that was offensive. I love it.
Or you just go the like Chapo's Trap House route and you're just dirtbag left where it's like you're kind of cancelable as long as you're for Medicare for all and union everything. Like that's like kind of their lane. So
I don't understand their lane. When I listen to that show, I literally do not understand the sentences that are coming out of their mouths. It's a completely different universe. And I also think you're capable of that because we just had this whole conversation a few weeks ago about like My Little Pony and bronies and shit. And like, I don't understand. You know, all these like underground weird worlds and somehow speak their lingo. So I think you could do it. I think you could do, I think out of the three of us, you could go dark the easiest.
That's clear. I think that's.
I'm glad we're all
if we are looking at like who hears the demons talk to him the loudest, it's very clear who has the volume up, and you guys barely hear it. I'm like fucking the Green Goblin in Spider-Man. I'm like Willem Dafoe. Like I just look over my shoulder and I see a fucking red MAGA hat.
Yeah, the darkest among us is the guy with the most charming smile who's wearing a Christmas hat. No one sees him coming.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck! I forgot. This is our New Year's episode. I need to,
Whoopsie!
yeah,
Oh, look at that! New year, new Justin.
there we go. All right.
Oh, the Hefner vibe. I was into that. Santa
We don't have
Hef.
anything on. We don't have anything on the global traffic index that we want to revisit.
No, I don't give a fuck. Let's move on.
Heaton. A reminder, everybody. Please support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/We're Not Wrong. That's where you get bonus episodes of this show, including my selection from the year. We're saving it for Patreon. Head on over there right now. Heaton, where would you like to go in the year of our Lord, 2025?
I'm going to go with whatever's closest to March 12th. Just a good middle date, kind of the Ohio of dates.
All right, we have March 12th or the 19th?
March 12th.
All right.
The very moderate March date.
Is Act Blue in the middle of a multi-million-dollar financial scandal was our
I
top
forgot
story.
about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And whether or not South by Southwest sucks was our second topic. Our Patreon topic that week was Mahmoud Khalil, who had been arrested at that point. Where do you want to start?
Does anybody have any updates on Act Blue? Did anybody end up getting prosecuted there?
Nope.
Because there was like embezzling, wasn't there?
A lot of smoke, no
Yeah.
fire as of yet. I mean, yeah, there was, I think, I'll just read our thing. 7 senior Act Blue staff members resigned in quick succession, including the highest ranking legal officer, the vice president for customer service, and a technical expert with 14 years experience in the organization. The reason for these departures remain undisclosed. 2 unions representing Act Blue employees expressed concern over the alarming pattern of resignation, stating it was eroding our confidence in the stability of the organization. course, Act Blue helped contribute nearly $2 billion to the 2024 cycle, with $46.7 million channeled directly to the Harris campaign. FEC filings confirm that Biden-Harris ended its fundraising in the neighborhood of $1.5 billion. But meanwhile, there was a lot of accusations to Act Blue that they were smurfing, which was a way to illegally donate foreign funds. And yet, as of now, as we gear up for the midterms, Act Blue still remains the unquestioned way that Democratic causes and campaigns get their money.
Yeah, I don't think anybody went to jail on that one, right? I do remember that. Yeah, that like a bunch of people, including like the senior legal counsel, left. Not a good sign. When the senior legal counsel is like, I don't want to do this.
And I believe somebody like left a note saying, I have whistleblower protections. Like, do not, act against me. So it's like, there was a lot. It seemed like an imminent explosion. And as we sit here on New Year's Eve, not so much.
That seems like the kind of thing that the Trump DOJ would love to investigate. So I wonder why that didn't turn into a thing. Any theories?
Maybe no fire.
Oh, that'd stop them.
Yeah. I mean, again, like that does not seem to be a reason why the Trump DOJ wouldn't go after it. I think the larger reason why the Trump DOJ wouldn't go after it is because they seem to be a bit of a ready, fire, aim organization. And maybe even though this would be the most effective way that you could weaponize the Department of Justice to actually find something that may be going wrong, they would rather prosecute Letitia James than do something like this. So I don't know. This is one of those where it's like, boy, I know I'm the one who pushed this because I've been fascinated by Act Blue as an organization, both good and bad, for forever. And this one seemed like a lot of smoke, but here we are.
So there you have it. What were the other ones?
South by Southwest sucks. Yeah. And Mahmoud Khalil.
Are you guys going to South by this year?
I mean, I am going to live in the amidst South by. I don't know. It'll be the same thing as it always is, where if somebody has a party they're in town for, or there's friends in town, I'll go hang out. And otherwise I'm not. There's no convention center anymore. They tore down the convention center.
Yeah, they tore it down.
So it's going to be in, I guess, hotels or some shit for the next few years.
Well, it already was. That's what's fascinating. They were already taking over all the ballrooms. So it's like the convention center was a really big space, and I don't know how they do this without it. It's going to just take over Austin even more than it already does. And I'll be back by that time. I think I'm going to lean in more to the music this year than like the tech conference side, because I always burn out before the music part. So I think I'm going to do it the opposite.
So I've just become aware of an event called Kilkenomics in Kilkenny, Ireland, which is a apparently annual economics and comedy festival. My friend Charlie turned me on to, and I'm like, that seemed like cold weather, friendly people with hilarious accents, economics and comedy. How did I not know about you, Kilkenomics? Yeah. So I might do that. I believe it's in November of this year. So I might
What
check
kind
that
of
out.
nerd makes that conference? That's amazing.
Sounds like
Heaton's
my
best friend.
kind of nerd. Yeah, sounds
really
like
does.
whoever should be
by the way,
next
so,
First Minister of Ireland.
A few weeks ago, we were reading the emails for the January 6th thing where we had all the brony stuff. And I had mentioned that like, oh, this guy was definitely a black nerd. Assuredly, he has anime opinions. And somebody said, oh, it was fingernails on the chalkboard for you to say black nerd. If you were a real internet denizen, you would have called him a blurred.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking blurred. I ain't never heard of the word blurred in my entire life.
Also, that sounds like a really easy way to trick me into saying racial epithets that I didn't know were a thing. So I'm going to be very careful treading upon
I wrote
those.
that dude and I said, I've never heard the word blurred in my life. And he said, it's a conference. And it is in DC.
Amazing.
At Reagan National,
what?
the Blurred Conference.
That's where you can make black friends.
That sounds like another thing I should go to. Okay, the Blurred Conference. All right. Okay, this seems like we figured out I need to be spending more time at cigar bars with well-dressed black guys, and the Nerd Conference. Great, excellent. Got my on-ramp.
Mahmoud Khalil was the Patreon topic, and I think this is probably worthwhile because for all of the Sturm and Drang, I think deservedly so, for the Trump administration taking some of these folks that were made very famous, including Mahmoud Khalil and Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Both of them are free today. They are out. Like they suffered for what they did. And I'm not trying to minimize that, more to highlight the incompetence of the Trump administration, that like they can't even deport the people that they want to deport.
Well, because they have no right or reason to, and they're just torturing these people.
Well, Garcia did not deserve to go to the fucking El Salvadorian thing. Kilmar Garcia deserved to fucking get deported, at least by way of a judge prior to everything that happened. That was not the case for Mahmoud Khalil. Mahmoud Khalil had no deportation order, and he was detained for his organizational capacity.
Yeah, it's just all wrong. And they're just the people that we've heard of. Like, what concerns me is we know their names, but now there are hundreds, if not thousands, in fact, probably thousands, of people that have similar stories, and we don't know them, and they're not famous, and the courts are not following them the way they followed these two men. Like, those are the people that I lose sleep over, where it's like, what about the people that the media hasn't highlighted because there's too goddamn many of them? How many other people are sitting in some prison somewhere where they don't belong and they don't deserve it? And that's what I'm afraid of. Yeah.
So you're for it or against it?
Fuck you. Troll.
Anything else on Mahmoud Khalil? No, just that.
Yeah. Back in March. It's only gotten worse.
Well, I feel like we need a little something else to get to. Fuck it. Whatever.
My dog's higher. She's shaking less, so she's jonesing, less.
She's been shaking for over 3 weeks.
That's true. Poor dog.
Nearly a month your dog has been shaking.
Well, it's good news. It's the only good news I had. So
It is the only good news. Do you have New Year's resolutions? Let's end on that.
We got some. So my year of pescatarianness is concluded. I am now at liberty to eat whatever I want. Probably not going to change my diet that much, but I'm going to eat a little bit more beef. I do like it, so I'm gonna ease up slightly on that. My new plan with alcohol is 1 drink max. That's the new thing. So I tried a year where I didn't drink at all. I tried a year where I went back to drinking and I drank too much, not like at a crazy level, but just more than I should. So that's going to be 1 drink max. That's going to be the drinking standard for Heaton in 2026. And I want to lean into social media a bit more. And I also want to try to build up the political orphanages community a bit more. I need to I'm figured out how I'm going to do this yet, whether I'm going to put my shoulder into Discord or Substack chat. But I think that I would do well to make that a more active space for participants and make it more of a community than just responding to stuff I say. So those are the things that I wanted to work on.
Opposed, pro. That's my take on your resolutions. Jen.
I actually didn't know if I wanted to talk about this publicly, but I guess it can't hurt anything.
Mm-hmm.
So mine is more of a project that I want to get done in 2025. And it all started on that cruise.
26.
Yes, 2026. That fucking year that's coming up. It started on the cruise with my mother because we were talking about her ancestors because we were going to Hungary. And we had all thought forever that my mother's grandparents were Hungarian. And so while aboard on a boat, I kind of looked up, what are the rules for Hungarian citizenship? And I started looking at a bunch of documents and looking into my family tree. And we found out that my great grandmother was actually not really Hungarian. She was Slovakian. The town that she was born in is in current day Slovakia, which has I am older than the country of Slovakia. And so we looked into Slovakia's rules and their citizenship by descent laws. I'm eligible for them through my great grandmother. And we didn't realize this. And actually I'm eligible for Hungarian citizenship too, but the two paths are different. And so the Slovakian one is a lot easier. The Hungarian one would require me learning a pretty decent amount of Hungarian, which I'm not opposed to. I'm willing to do it, but I wouldn't have to learn the language to go for the Slovakian one. And so I think I'm going to do it. And I'm not just going to do it myself. I want to get it for my mother and my sister and my nieces, so especially for my nieces, because them having the ability to come to Europe as much as they want, especially for like education or a gap year or just whatever. I just feel like it's freedom, right? And so that's going to be my project is I'm going to gather all the birth certificates going back to my great grandmother and get all these documents for my family members. And I'm going to pursue citizenship in Europe before the laws change on me and I'm no longer eligible, because that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So now that I know this is possible, that's what I'm going to work on in 2026. So it's more of a personal goal, but I just feel like honestly, it's healthcare freedom for me. I feel like that's such an amazing safety net for healthcare. That's my main motivation for wanting it, because one of my biggest fears.
Healthcare.
Well, you're just being able to be in Europe and to have access to the system here. Because as we've talked about before, my skin cancer, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it's still the words, it's the C word. So getting actual cancer, I've had people in my life since the time I was a teenager who've died of cancer. So it's the trauma of my life has been cancer.
It's a known bug.
Yeah. And it's something that I'm terrified of. And so I've always been afraid of having my savings disappear because something happens, not just cancer, get hit by some, trucker that runs a light in Texas. I mean, there's so many different ways I can end up in our medical system and be bankrupted by it. And just having the safety net of being able to come here. And then obviously with my digital nomad life, not having to deal with visas every 3 months and coming back and forth. And it's thousands of dollars to get digital nomad visas sometimes. And I wouldn't have to worry about that to come to all of the states in or all of the countries in the European Union for as long as I want. So it's, if I can pull this off, it's a life changing, and I'm excited. So
it was a process with Ashley. Ashley, it took a couple years, but she eventually did get Croatian citizenship. So
I know. And one of the reasons I didn't want to talk about this on the show is because I wanted to tell Ashley in person and hug her. And so Ash, I'm sorry we didn't get to have that moment.
Here's the good news. She doesn't listen to this show.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
She's probably sick of us.
Shh, your secret's safe with us.
I think I'll get the hug from her anyway, but I did kind of want to.
The biggest, just as long as Darren and Eva don't tell her, that's pretty much our only fear.
They can tell her, it's fine. And I think Darren and Eva are going to be excited for this too. I think that the people that understand the safety net that it gives me will be excited for me for this. So yeah, that's my project in 2026. And I'm going to come back to the States for 8 months, gather all this paperwork, do the meetings, all the stuff, and drag my family members with me.
European Union, which will definitely stick together for the foreseeable future.
Well, and so, we kind of thought of that too. So I'm going to get Slovakia first, and I might get Hungary just for funsies, because if I can actually come to Hungary, stay for 6 months, that's enough, I think, for me to learn enough of the language to take the test. And so I can at least get citizenship in 2 different countries. And then Andrew, you can come and we can do all those interviews with the Orbanians and, figure out what the fuck is going on there, because I know nothing about the government. But yeah, if I can, I don't know, more citizenship equals more freedom, and I'm into it.
I was expecting a few weeks ago when we talked about, the Orban is a strong man, blah, 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 blah. I was expecting a lot more email on that. Not really a lot of it. It's just kind of this article of faith that everybody says that Orban's a dictator and he's a strong man, and I have no reason to think that it's true or not true. I don't like.
I know
it was the exact same thing. I literally in that moment several month ago now, when Heaton was like, I don't think that we're gonna be China, but we might be Hungary, and I'm like, I fucking don't know what that means.
Yeah.
That was the first time that had been said where I was just like, okay, well, does that mean that we nationalize the McDonald's or something? What actually happens?
Yeah, I have no idea, but my experience in Budapest was lovely. So I don't know. It's not a hellscape.
I'd like to
That
interview
would be
Rod.
the best. Orban puppet, Jen Briney.
Maybe that's what I have to do to get citizenship. You're gonna be like, why is she so pro Orban? What's happening here?
My New Year's resolution. I don't know. It's hard. Like, I think I'm on a good path in life. I don't feel like I need to make drastic changes. I feel like my life has changed a significant amount through this year just by being a father and, like doing that. My gut instinct is just to say like, oh, I need to actually be successful, or I need to apply myself more, or I need to be more diligent about like working out or diet or blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. Maybe I should fucking do something like totally off the map. Like I should just really, really get into like listening to live fish recordings or like just something fucking frivolous.
I feel like something new for you would be learning how to relax, because you just don't do that. Focus on recovery.
I literally have like, I've come to the conclusion. I don't know what my favorite thing to do every week is to walk for 10 miles and drink by myself and listen to podcasts. Like this is like, it's my favorite thing to do. Like, and it's probably like, I don't think it's healthy. I guess, I don't know. Is it not
How much
healthy?
beer is it? Is it like 2 beers? I don't know.
You said
like
you do
you're walking?
3 beers, right?
Yeah.
No, more than that. It'll be like, well, now they also have canned weed. They have like weed seltzers at one of them. So I'll do like a half of an IPA from one store to the other, and then I'll kind of toss half of it. Then I'll do the weed can, and that'll take me down, pretty much down Lamar. Then I'll switch to like a White Claw. That'll be, and then another White Claw, and then sometimes another White Claw. So it'll be like 4.5 alcohol drinks, and then 1 weed tall boy. And I listen to podcasts and I smoke cigars. And I don't know whether or not, honestly, like I don't know if that's a thing I should stop doing. Would my life be better if I stopped doing it? Or would my life be better if I did it more? Now, I don't think it'd be better if I did it more, because I used to do it more before Bella. And I don't think I miss doing it a lot more, because I used to do it a lot more.
It seems like a necessary mental reprieve that you are giving yourself.
Yeah.
And
I
I think it's probably better for you overall. That probably has good downriver effects.
Have you ever done it without the substances, and would you consider trying it?
I've done it without alcohol.
Okay.
I've never done it without weed and alcohol. Well, I mean, I've walked without weed, and I've taken long walks without weed and alcohol, but not that ritual. That ritual is its own thing. If I were to not do it with weed and alcohol, I don't know whether or not I would enjoy. I would probably just do something else. Like if the idea were,
so that's like a big part of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, like if it were, oh, I really want to enjoy the cigar, then I would enjoy it. But if I wanted to eliminate the cigar, the weed, and the alcohol, and it was just me walking 10 miles, I'd probably just get better at running 10 miles.
Yeah.
I'd probably just train for an ultra marathon.
When I go for the really long walks, it's tough for me to do it without an edible because I get bored.
Yeah. Like, I guess maybe that's it. I just need to redirect whatever energy that is into just like physical fitness. But I also
think the walking is physical fitness. It's good for you, mind and body.
All the great thinkers did long walks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like alone time. Because you have a lot of co-hosts, you have a wife, you have a baby. Like, that's also your time to just be with you. So I think the fact that it takes a few hours, that's why I think it's like healthy for you. Because it's just a time for you to like walk and think. And I think it's good. I don't know, Justin. I'm pretty proud of everything you're doing. You work a lot. You're a great dad. Like, you are successful. Maybe some years you don't need a resolution.
Yeah, you know, actually, like Justin, I was like taking a shower the other day, and I was thinking of you because hold on, go on.
You said it, Andrew.
Because they said like you are what you're the average of your closest friends or whatever, and like you immediately popped into my head, and I was like, good.
Yeah.
Like this is somebody that I want as a tentpole in my life. This is somebody that motivates me to be a better person and I don't know, like a more impressive person.
I got a resolution. Thank you. I'm not trying to deflect. Thank you. It does mean a lot. Two things I want to do. One about me and one about other people. About me, what I want to do is I've become fixated on the idea of autobiographical speaking, which I know I have a bad habit with, which is when I'm in a conversation, the habit of immediately changing the topic to you. So if Heaton says, I'm having a hard time, my car broke down, instead of saying, oh my God, where did your car break down? How did that happen? Blah, blah, blah. You instead say, oh my God, my car broke down 3 months ago. And then that's it's a natural end point. And so I want to get better about that. I want to become more mindful about that. And two, I do want to cut people out of my life who are politically incontinent. Like it is something that I have become very less patient of in my life, that like when I have to spend so much time thinking about politics and formulating my thoughts about politics, like we do a show where we spin this conversation and we push it out as a product, right? And so us having political conversations is great. People love it. We love it. Like it's fine. We get our yayas out in whatever manner. But I do have people in my life that all they can do is talk about. Like they want to bring up politics. And what I don't have the heart, because I love them, what I don't have the heart to tell them is that their opinions are fucking dumb. They're stupid. Like, and I don't mean that in that they're wrong. They're very mad about the president, or they're very happy about the president, whatever. They're always mad. Sorry. I don't know anybody in my life that's like, Trump's the best and it's doing it to the point where they're annoying me. It's always people who are like, oh, the fucking waiter's late, just like fucking Trump. Yeah. Like, so I feel like Heaton, you sparked that with like, you are, the people that you surround yourself with. Like, I can't have that. Like, it is fucking killing me. It's killing my desire to like pay attention. It makes me shut off when I want to talk to my friends, because I don't want, like, my natural instinct is when they have a political opinion is to be like, well, actually here's context here. And like, yes, it is bad, but it may not be as bad as you're saying. And like, let's have a conversation about your information flow, because I think that you're only fucking just gobbling agitprop, like fucking Lucy and Ethel on the fucking chocolate conveyor belt, a cool reference for all the kids.
You end up teaching.
And I don't fucking want to.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate it. I like, ultimately I've gotten to a point with politics, and it's only going to be worse for the next at least 2 years before we can start looking at where the future is like, there's no new adventures. We know what the Trump people are. The Democrats are going to try and find themselves.
And won't.
Here we go. It's just fucking thudding, banging your fucking head against the wall over and over and over again. And so I'm a nerd. I want to talk about minutia. I want to talk about history. I want to talk about like these kind of things. But like the baseline takes of like, man, when are the Republicans going to get rid of Trump? It's like, fucking shoot me in the eye and then have it boomerang back and hit my other eye. That's that's my desire.
I mean, that's your right, man. I get it. I feel it.
I feel like my thing is just to become more of a jaded misanthrope.
I'm with you on this, Jeff, because like I would like to hear interesting takes where I learn something. And I tend to learn most from people that I disagree with, because they've got tools that are not necessarily my toolkit. But I do need to be learning something when I'm having these conversations, or if they're really funny. But like if it's just a kind of I don't like bonding with people through hatred. I think it's very natural for people to do it, but I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it with my time. And also I do this. I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago where like most of my news now comes from Justin emailing me on Wednesday night with what we're going to talk about. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the majority of my news being the research.
If I am your filter,
program.
if I am your, if I look at the world's news and then I pick out some confectionaries for my friends and I organize it in a slate of 3 and then I send it to you on Wednesday nights. That's fine.
Yeah. But I don't want to have like, I don't know, if it's just the same conversation over and over again. Like I got really worn out by that when I was in New York right before I left.
Yeah.
Like I would go to events and I'd sit down and like, as I sat down, somebody would go, do you know what he said today? And I'm like, I don't like, it's just going to be something that pisses me off that I agree is bad. I'm sure I'm going to agree with you, but I also know that I'm not going to agree with you in the right way, or I'm not going to agree with you hard enough. And so you're going to kind of think maybe I like it. And I'm going to end up fielding defense on this bizarre thing that I didn't want to talk about to begin with. So like, no, I get that. The politically incontinent is a good description.
Also, I figured out my thing that I'm annoyed with on the right. I never want to hear about Candace Owens ever again. I never want to hear about Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens and Erica Kirk. I am out of the conspiracy world on Charlie Kirk's murder. I can't. I'm not here for it. I don't care. She is allowed to say whatever the fuck she wants. I am not obligated to follow it like everything matters like in the world. I don't care about Nick Fuentes. I don't care about whether or not he's platformed and he does. This is like all the shit on the right. They fucking endlessly just spin about like, oh no, but you talked about this. I don't care if Joe Rogan had some dipshit on. Joe Rogan has many dipshits on. Like, it's fine. They're going to be interesting episodes or they're not going to be interesting episodes. If you want to push your own point of view, then have a compelling way that you push your point of view and have it find an audience. The existence of opposing points of view are not going to materially fucking harm you. You need to do better about talking about whatever you want to talk about. Oh, God. Oh.
Well, and to be fair, it's not just the right that does that. There is a thing with the famous political commenters where they're constantly talking about each other. So on the left, it's like, what did Jimmy Dore say today? And it's like, who gives a fuck? Why don't you tell me what the government did? Like there's so much wasted airtime on these people talking about each other. It's one of the things I'm actually really proud that we don't really do, but it's also why we're not in their orbit. Like they don't talk about us. We don't talk about them. They don't know that we exist. That's probably a part of it. But as I look at what does success mean in this business, does it mean getting into that circle of gossip and getting onto those shows to talk about other people that do my job instead of talking about the government? Like it kind of feels like yes. And I don't
streamer drama, YouTube drama, like all the drama fucking sells. Drama, absolutely. And also it's evergreen because you can always just say, fucking, oh, did you see what Destiny did? Did you see what Hassan did? You did blah, 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 blah. Like you just, it is this virtuous circle of attention because now you benefit from the halo of the other person's attention. Maybe we need a feud. That's what we need. We need a feud.
I don't want a feud. Honestly, I would rather stay exactly where we're at forever because I like our vibe. I like that when we name drop someone, it's damn near always because it's someone that we know that we're elevating because they did a great interview with us or because we love them. Hi, Darren and Eva. Like when we say your name, it's almost always in a positive way. I like that we're modeling something like this, even if the audience stays relatively small forever. I want to be proud of my work. And I'm so proud to work with the two of you. I was looking at how long we've been doing this. Like it's been years. We have an annual tradition now.
We do.
And I enjoy every second of it. And I think a big part of that is because I respect you guys in what you do in your own shows, but also the way that we behave in this one. I'm proud of the show and I feel so lucky to have it and to have you both. So Happy New Year.
Back at you. Happy New Year.
Well, that is the way that we need to go out. Thank you, everybody, for another great year of We're Not Wrong. If you are a patron, you're going to get my date that we will revisit. Until next time, for Jen, Bryony, and Andrew Heaton, for the last time in 2025, We're Not Wrong. My take on congestion pricing was...
Dog and Pony Show audio.